Hi, everybody. How are you? How is everyone? Welcome. Hold on a minute. How are you? Welcome. Hi, guys. I told you I would come live today. How is everybody this evening? I'm just doing a little bit of typing before we get started. Feel free to come in. I said I would come live today. There, that's better. Hello, Rad. Oof, that light is all on my face. How do I like Washington so far? I haven't seen a whole lot of it so far, but it's pretty good. But I plan on getting out and seeing a lot more. Hi, Brooke. How are you? I made a promise that I would come live today, so I am. And I found my tarot cards so we could do some Foodie Beauty Tarot. And I'm sorry it's a little dark in here. We got to work on the light situation. How is my move? It was long drive, very long drive, but it was worth it. Hi, Jinx. Again, sorry for the lack of lighting, guys. I only got so many lights in my room right now. We're going to fix that, hopefully within the next few days. I'm just lighting up some incense. Here we go. We'll just put that to the side somewhere. Ah, oh no, just, here we go. You, right there. Am I getting all settled? I'm working on it. I'm mostly settled in. Now it's just a matter of relaxing a bit and taking a breather. Hello, Samantha. So I'm just, hi, Beverly. How is Booger adjusting? She is still freaked out about the new location. She's going to be freaked out for a while, but she's relaxing right now underneath the bed. But she's doing fine. So I made sure to get my tarot cards out so we can do some Foodie Tarot. Hello, Rad, Beverly, Jinx, everybody. So you guys can see. Okay. All right, Mr. Telephone, stop that. Hey, Rebel. I'm kind of confused about my directions. Let's put it this way. I'm about 2 hours away from Seattle. So I guess that's north. Something like that. I'm still confused about where I'm at, like as far as where everything is. So I'm at 2 hours away away from Seattle. Hello, Evie. How are you? Welcome. So it doesn't look like anybody's really doing anything major on YouTube. Might as well just hop on and say hi. Yeah, definitely West Side. Yeah, this is the new room. Sorry about all the smoke. That's the incense going off. I wanted to light some incense in my room. I am looking happy. You know what I was doing earlier? I actually went out and got some gardening done. Because the place it has big backyard area, huge, with a creek attached to it. And a front yard that it's got all kinds of planter boxes. So I just did the gardening. I'm into gardening. You know, like if you ever want to feel happy, grow something. Hi, Minnie. Anybody in here that lives in the Washington area? Because let me tell you something. If you live in Washington, this place is gorgeous. I saw parts of it on the way up. It is gorgeous here. Seattle is wonderful. I hope to see it someday. Hi, Gigi. Washington is such a beautiful place. It's so much nicer than Cali. Hi, I Speak Out. It is beautiful, isn't it? I saw, was it Mount Hood on the way up, and the sunsets, and even smells different here. Anybody living in Washington, if you're thinking about leaving, why? Why would you leave this place? What's wrong with you? Have your head examined. And living here, it's like you don't want to be inside. You want to be outside doing something. It's so quiet here. Look, I got the window open. You guys hear anything? Hi, Matthew. I got the window open right now to let the fresh air in. This neighborhood is so quiet. Can't say that about my old place. Thank you. Well, I look forward to doing a lot of different vlogs and stuff, bike rides and taking you guys with me, little walks and taking. Did you miss anything? Not yet. I haven't done the tarot reading yet. How are the cats? Booger's fine. She's underneath the bed. She's chilling out. And my roommate happens to have 2 other cats that are here. They're both female. And the one female cat, she's already taken a shine to me. You know, and she's like rubbing up against me and stuff. The other one, who's a bit older, is more of a holdout. But I understand that cats do take their time with strangers, so I'm not pushing it. Yes, well, it is the evergreen state, isn't it? It's trees everywhere. Trees everywhere you look. But the cat's fine. You want to move to Maine? You're from Connecticut? So is Connecticut, is it like Washington where there's a lot of forests and whatnot? I come close to the rainforest. It's not the rainforest, it's a lot of forest. There's a lot of forest. I like that. I like being close to nature. So, you know, I couldn't do any posting for 2 days because I was on the road, but the good thing about Foodie content is even if you miss 2 days, you're not missing much. Potholes. I haven't seen any potholes yet. So I just did a react to Foodie's community post, which she deleted, the one where she was talking about men's private parts. And for some reason, she got rid of them. Maybe because people were calling her out and saying what you're doing is completely rude, you know, to make fun of a man's private parts. And I agree. I think what happened is she just, I don't know exactly if something happened between her and the gentleman caller. Maybe he didn't want to do something with her and she just decided to be petty and come online and be a jerk. But it wasn't a nice thing to do. Just potholes. So what have you guys been up to while I've been away? Staying out of trouble? I want to get some more people in here before we start the tarot reading. So People are coming in here and saying, well, what's going on? What are the readings saying so far? That way everybody is caught up. You're working? Well, it's Sunday. I didn't know how things would go because it is a Sunday, but I made people a promise. I said that I would do a tarot reading or come on live today, and I'm keeping my word. Hello, Colleen with a K. Have any of my readings come true? A lot of things that I've said in my readings have come to pass. Japanese botanical gardens. Why does that sound really pretty? The city pass, it covers the Space Needle. I have a friend who works there. Cthulhu Glass Gardens. Nice. Did you make a pic like Gary so I could share it on Twitter? No. Pike Place Market. I saw that picture that Gary posted on Twitter. That was too much. That was completely unnecessary. And I will never forgive Gary for that. That picture of Foodie. I'm like, really? You had to share that? I did not need to see that after a long trip. That was completely rude and unnecessary. I do have air conditioning. Like one of the problems that I have with the old place is that I didn't have central heat and air, so I always had to have the box fans running, which made a lot of noise when I did my React videos. Seattle, I can't finish. I'll have to look into that. But the new place does have AC and heat, so no noisy box fans or space heaters or anything running when I'm doing my React videos. Japanese gardens. The streams. You know, Matthew, be glad you don't, well, be glad you don't see that stuff on Twitter. Let me tell you about what you missed. So you'll be glad that you missed it. It was a picture of Chantal at home. She was wearing a dress and she was bent over, and I'm still not sure if she was wearing underwear, but the view was not very nice. Hi, Julie. My cat is adjusting, and not only that, but I'm getting along with the roommate's other cats. One cat already likes me, and the other one is taking her time getting to like me, but I'm not. I'm a cat person. I know the cats, sometimes it just takes some time to warm up for his streams. So what do you think the tarot reading for Foodie today is going to say? It was discussing Chantal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm about to do a tarot reading for Miss Foodie. Hello, Angela. I just want to get enough people in here so when I get started, those coming in would not be behind and asking questions. Erie! Hi, honey. And there is the talented Erie Pepperoni. Erie, what you did last night, posting that picture, bitch. That wasn't funny. You're not right. Erie spamming that picture. Almost put me off my food. Hi, Holly. I love you, Erie. Hello, Natsuki. How are you? Erie, by the way, everybody, Erie Pepperoni, she's very talented. I recommend checking out her channel. She has all kinds of great stuff posted, all kinds of funny clips. Please check out Miss Erie Pepperoni, highly recommended. Hello, Claudia, you know, forest everywhere. Germany. Oh, you're in Germany. Very nice. So any predictions about what the cards are going to say today? Well, thank you, Hallie. I appreciate it. And since you're all here, before we get started, I'm just going to let you guys know, look, for those who don't know and don't pay attention to my nails right now because they're wrecked, I plan on doing a lot of different stuff for my channel. There's a computer that's being worked on right now. Not sure if I'm going to work on that computer or get a whole nother one, but there's going to be some gaming content in the future. Plus some walking vlogs, some riding around town vlogs. I mean, just showing you how beautiful Washington really is. Hi, Boo-Boo. I have the one cat. Sparky is with the neighbor. He was very attached to the neighbor, so I let the neighbor keep him. But we're going to be doing all kinds of different positive content here. Because I know a lot of people are getting, people are invested in the foodie beauty story, but I think you guys need more positive content as well. You want positive stuff. We need more positive stuff on YouTube. What do you think? I know a lot of you are invested in her to see what's going to happen with her, what's going to happen with Natter, but you got to break it up once in a while with positive stuff. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, Booger took the car trip like a champ. She didn't yell. She didn't freak out. She was completely calm. I was shocked. See if Dee will finally tell the truth. Well, if there's any truth to be told that's negative, to be honest, if there is any kind of hurt going on in that house, I doubt she's going to say something with him there. Because if there's something negative there, he's got a temper. She doesn't want to trigger his temper. Hi, Sweet Eye. Now, I want more positive content. We're going to make this a happy place. All right, let me just get everything out of the way. Let's see what we can do. We're going to focus on Miss Foodie. See what the cards have to say about this. Let me roll up my sleeves. You know what, Kelly? I'm not a child of the 80s. I was born in 71. I'm 51. So I was born in the 70s. So, like, as far as my music, I was influenced a lot with the 70s, the 80s, because I was a teenager in the 80s. I like all music, but that's just what I grew up on. And you're right. She better not disrespect the classic 70s music or 80s, or I will scream. Hi, Sensational. This is a new chapter of my life. I needed to make this move. Better energy here already. Well, happy birthday, Kelly. You were born in 71 too. Since I got some older people in my room right now, you guys will probably remember those big the systems where they had like the record player on one side, the radio in the middle, and the 8-track player right next to that. Y'all remember those? They were huge. They were like massive. They were size of an old-fashioned TV. And I remember being very, very young, and the first song I remember being played on that was Summer Breeze. I was just little, but here I remember that song being played. Estate Sale, Jackson 5. Yep, that is a great song. That's how I always tell people I'm younger than 8 tracks, but I'm older than cassettes. Johnny Cash, The Man in Black, still works. Oh, those things were tanks. You couldn't destroy those if you tried. Hello, Dwayne. All right, so we're going to do Foodie. Let me just focus here for a minute on Foodie. You ready? Okay. So first card I put down. This is interesting. The Hanged Man. No, I've got my tarot cards out. So you got the Hanged Man. That's the first one. Oh, yikes. Followed by hello, Vicky. And let's see, what's the conflicting card? That's interesting. Just give me a second to explain the cards, Evie. So the Hanged Man, depending, like all the cards, the meaning can change on where they're placed and what they're placed next to. The Hanged Man could be someone who's stuck somewhere in life, physically, mentally, psychologically. Hi, puppy breath. So like just in a state of limbo, like what do I do? What do I do? So we got the Hanged Man. And then on top of that is the Three of Swords. So with these two cards together, someone who's feeling emotionally conflicted, like there's a lot of turmoil going on inside of her. Hi, Sherry. There's a lot of things going on internally for Foodie. Not quite sure what to do with that. A lot of conflicting issues. Hi, Jocelyn. And then what's interesting is that this was the card that's crossing her, the King of Cups. This is the conflicting card. It's this way. It's not this way. It's this way. So the King of Cups would normally be someone with money. Cups in the tarot usually represent prosperity, plenty, abundance, someone with abundance, someone with money. Hi, Allison. Hi, Trudy. And it's this way. So it's conflicting. So normally the King of Cups would be a man of prosperity or someone with abundance. And it looks like whoever this person is lacking in money or lack of prosperity. So that might be the reason why our Foodie feels stuck. Because she's got a lot of money problems going on. And where she should have prosperity, she doesn't. She's got lack of prosperity. Lack of it. Like she's got money problems up the wazoo. Let's see. Let me just lay out the other cards. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Let me just lay the rest of these out so I can go over them. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. This is not good. Let me get the mouse off of here. All right, so where to start first? Anybody who reads tarot in here? Just out of curiosity? All right. Let me just show you what, like, looking down, what the cards look like. So you got that one on top, and then you've got those, and then you've got, oh, those over here. So the center cards, when you read tarot, are the present, or what might happen now or close to now. And the cards over here are things that will happen in the future. No, not good. All right. So I know so many swords. Swords can be conflicts, things that you're going to have to deal with. Lord have mercy. So many, you're right, so many swords. So many freaking swords. Swords everywhere. Let me just take a look at this real quick. She has a sharp tongue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 9 of Swords. So you guys can take a look at it. So when I look at this, I just see there's a lot of things pinning her down. Like she's creating situations with her choices that she's pinning herself down to where she can't move. But she has the power to take those swords out. She's just not doing it. She's keeping herself pinned down. And there seems to be a situation going on where she's willingly making herself blind to, like, she knows what she needs to do. She just doesn't want to do it. She'd rather stay blindfolded. She'd rather stay blindfolded. And I'm just getting a sense of the 2 swords in this card represent just one sword is for Natter, like fighting for Natter. The other sword is just her always fighting people on YouTube. And in the middle of it all, she knows what she needs to do. She's just not ready to do it, or she's not willing to do it. She's not completely blind to what she needs to do. She hasn't reached that point where change can really happen. She's not open to it. The door is shut. She could open it, but she doesn't want to. She would, rather than take the blindfold off and see everything and make change happen, she would rather keep the blindfold on willingly, blind to all of her problems, everything around her, just keep her eyes closed and continue the conflict with Natter, with everybody on YouTube. And I think a lot of that has to do with she's very money motivated. It's all about making the money, making the money, making the money. She thinks that money is everything. It's the root of her happiness. Like, it keeps everything going. So as long as she's got that, she thinks she's got everything under control. Let's see, what else do we have here? Well, thank you, Juliana. Hi, Juliana. These two are opposite each other. The Two of Wands, and you got the Knight of Pentacles. So when, with all this stuff going on, you know, she's still seeing Natter. She's still seeing him. And it's all about keeping him happy. You know, he's all about getting the money from Chantal. Like, she traveled, like, here's the knight on the horse. She's traveling back and forth to give him money and spend time with him. Hey, Sunshine Granny. And her just always looking out to spend more time with him. Like, when's my next trip to Montreal? When can I go see him and slip away and all this? Like, she's got these things going on one side. She's got all these different problems that she has created and pinning her down, keeping the drama and the fighting going on YouTube, just so she can do this. Traveling to meet Natter. Everything's all about Natter, spending time with Natter. What else do we got here? So the Magician card. This is Foodie thinking of what new drama can I bring to YouTube? What can I do to make more money on YouTube? What can shock people? Like, what can I do to get people interested? Her mind is going about how to make YouTube more profitable, how to make more money on the internet. This is her just thinking. What can I do to put more wine in the cup? She's always thinking of, like, always paying attention to those views, always paying attention to the subs, and what can I do to make this channel explode? She's always thinking about that. Always thinking. Problem is, in the process of doing that, she just got too many she's got too many things. Like too many projects, and she can't commit to any of them. You got two hands and you got a bunch of too much stuff. Too much stuff. She creates things, but then she can't keep up with things. Like, we all know that she's got her YouTube channel, she's got the Beezer show, she's got OnlyFans, she's got Twitch. Her mind is always going about the next quick money scheme, the next project that she can just make money right away, but she doesn't put the work in to make it truly profitable. She just wants to create it. She wants to put the seed in the ground, and she wants it to grow quickly so she can harvest it. She doesn't want to take the time to water it, nurture it, and let it grow fully. So too many things. Way too many things. She's too many projects. She can't commit to any of them. And then you got this. Guess who that is? That's Natter. And of course, you know who these are. So there's Natter being the puppet master. He's got Dee Dee and Chantal locked up. They're both addicted to this man. They don't want to let him go. He's got one for the living situation. He's got the other for the money situation. And he's sitting on the throne, benefiting from both. And he doesn't have to do any work. He doesn't have to do any work. And Natter, he's over there, he's on his end looking for more money, looking for more women that he can get money from. What can he come up with to make money here and there? Thank you, Vicky, for the super sticker. They're all over there just thinking about money, 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 money. You know, what can we do to keep the concern going, to get people interested, to get some extra views this month, today, this moment? You know what, Rad? I don't know either. I don't know what the appeal is. I don't get it. You're right. Money is not everything. And if there was ever a living, breathing definition of that money can't buy happiness, oh, Erie, thank you. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you, man. Even though you sent me that awful picture, man. But if there was ever a living, breathing definition of money doesn't buy happiness, it would be Foodie Beauty. Because that's all she's got, and look how miserable she is. Hey, Valhalla. You know, I once saw a meme, not a meme, I'm sorry, a picture on the internet. I'll never forget it. It said, some people are so poor, all they have is money. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. That would be Foodie too. She has lots of money, but she doesn't have anything else. And I'm not about doing a bunch of story times here, but I'm going to tell you guys a very beautiful, true story. This is a positive thing because we all need more positive. And it's a true story. I was witness to one of the most beautiful love stories ever. I had a set of grandparents. My great-grandma's name was Annie. My great-grandfather's name was Mills. And they got married back in the 20s or 30s during the time of, I believe it was the Great Depression. But back in those days, people married real, real young. Do I look like cooking? Yes. I don't do a lot of it. So they got together when they were in their teens. I don't know exactly how old they were when they got married, but they had a little patch of land with a chicken coop, a vegetable garden, a clothesline to dry the clothes. My great-grandma, she had one of those old-fashioned washers that was open and had a little ringer on top, and a little bitty house. And anybody looking at them would think these people are poor. But they were two of the richest, most happy people I ever knew. Despite the fact they didn't have a lot, they managed to bring into this world and bring up 11 kids, one of which was my grandmother. They were wonderful, giving people, and they were together 75 years. And the only thing that separated them was death. My grandfather, my great-grandpa, Papa, he died first, and then a week later, Mama, my great-grandmother, followed him. And even when they were senior citizens, they acted like teenagers around. They're always chasing each other around. It was so funny to watch. They were senior citizens, but they acted like kids around each other. They loved each other so much. And then when you get exposed to that, you're like, that's true. There's rich and then there's wealth. You're rich when you have a lot, but people who are rich don't tend to share what they have. Wealth is when you have a lot, but then you share it with others, and then more comes as a result. So I got to see true love and what it's like to have an abundance of wealth of a different kind. And they were the kind of people you could walk up to them and walk in their house and sit down and talk to them. From the outside, they looked poor, but they were wonderful people, and they were rich with love. They were rich with love. How was my trip? It was long. It was long. And I'm sure you guys saw the little clip of what happened to me in the hotel room with the freaking cricket that wouldn't shut up. Checking into a room, trying to get some sleep after being tired, and a cricket that won't be quiet. Because it's hiding behind a entertainment center. You can't get to it. But when you turn the lights off, it's going to sing like nobody's business. So yeah, that love story I told you guys, that's one of the reasons why I'm single. Because the person that's interested in me, if they're not offering me a love like that, I don't want it. Don't want it. Yeah, it was loud. That cricket was loud, obnoxious. Erie, what are you doing? I love you, man. Mwah. Hey, Purple Glitter. All right, so we did one for Foodie. You know the state of Miss Foodie. Who should I do one of next? Natty Daddy, Dee Dee, Pete's. Y'all pick. Who do you want me to do a reading on next? Dee Dee. That cricket was giving me free content. You know what? I figured since I've been up all night and I couldn't sleep, I might as well use that damn thing for content. You're going to keep me up all night and I can't sleep. I'm pointing the camera at you. I mean, how many times do you check into a motel room and when you're trying to sleep, there's a cricket keeping you awake? How often does that happen? Dee Dee? Has something been bothering me lately? Here and there. Here and there. Welcoming crickets. The kitty didn't get him. That's because, listen, where the motel room was, you got the two beds. And then off in one corner, you got like the entertainment center thing where the TV was. That's where the cricket was. In a little crack between the wall and that, and you couldn't move it. It just like it knew it was going to get smacked if it came out in the open. Damn crickets. You want Dee Dee? I'm seeing a lot of people say Dee Dee. Has to do with the next tape. You know, it's supposedly the next video that Sam's Bar Lounge is going to release has to do with Foodie. We saw all the parts with the situation with Natter and Dee Dee. The next one's supposed to be about Foodie in some capacity. I don't know what's going to be said. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. So we're going to do one on Miss Dee Dee. See what the cards have to say. Hi, Baroness. How does Chantal's come out? Hi, Mary. Let's see. What all did the reading say? That food. Hold on a second. Maya, I'm online doing a reading. It's okay. Love you. Bye. Sorry, guys. Let's see what the reading. Basically, the Foodie is just she's being pinned down by a lot of her own issues, and she's doing it by choice because she's too hyper focused on the YouTube money and making the drama and keeping people interested and just keeping the whole thing running, and you know, and putting yourself more in a hole by choice. Now, nobody is pinning Foodie down but Foodie. Hey, Rainy Day. She's too hyper focused on what drama can I do this week? What drama can I do this month? What's going to get the most views? What's going to get people interested? And if there's something else going on off my channel, how can I pull that back into my corner and make it profitable for me? She's back in Montreal. Well, we all know why she's there. Maya, it's Maya time is here. Hi, boo-boo. There's my boo-boo. Everybody, it's Maya time is here. Maya's got an amazing channel. There's my brother from another mother. That's my boo-boo. Maya is awesome. I encourage everybody to check out Maya. I love Maya. I love Erie too. You know what? I know you guys want one on Hello UFO. You know what I'm going to do? Before we get deep into the Dee Dee reading, I want to do one more on Chantal. Just one more, because I want to know more about this multiple men situation. I want to know about that. What's going on with that? What the cards say about it. I want to know what the cards have to say about this multiple partners, multiple blah, blah, blah. If you want my honest opinion before I do the reading, I think a lot of it is BS. And the reason why I say that is because if you're going to if you're going to lie, you got to know when to cut it off. If you want to lie, and you got to make it believable. If you go too far, then it's not believable. If you do too much, then everybody knows it's a lie. You know, like she's putting it out there that multiple men are dating her, seeing her, concerned about her. It's like, Foodie, you're telling a lie there. Exactly. You're too far-fetched. Thank you. You're right. That's the word I was looking for. Far-fetched. You know, she's going on these dating sites, and immediately she's finding success with guys chasing her. They're concerned about her welfare. It's like, then why are you running to Montreal to meet them? Why aren't they running to you? If you are a highly sought after, desirable woman, then why aren't they coming to you? Why are you driving all the way there? Why wouldn't they come to you, right? I mean, if you were like Marilyn Monroe, wouldn't the men come to you? Wouldn't they be chasing you? Right? Like, why are you running there? None of these men can drive. What is it with her choosing guys that can't drive? Can't she find one guy with a car or transportation of some sort? I mean, there's Uber, there's a bus, there's a train. Are there no other ways to, you know, get across? I mean, buses take a little longer, but they work. If she's getting any, she's paying for it. Yes, exactly. And she did a community post today where she was talking badly about somebody and talking about men's private parts. Here's what I think happened. I think she catfished somebody online with her pictures. They met her, and for whatever reason, they decided no, they didn't want to do something. So Foodie, rather than be honest and say, well, he just didn't want to be with me, she's going to flip the script, and she wants to be in control, and oh, he's in the wrong, and I'm going to humiliate him. Like making fun of their private parts. That's what I think happened, is that she catfished somebody. They met her, said they maybe didn't like what they saw and said, no, thank you. The new guys, well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what the cards have to say. What do the cards say about Foodie? I want to know about these new men in her life. She said he wanted to move in and it was moving too fast for her. You know what, Kiwi? I have, all of you are very intelligent people in my chat. You're very intelligent people. Let's look at this from a reason, logic point of view. So this guy allegedly wants to move in with her, right? Notice you see this, the pattern here. Like she talks about guys, they're concerned for her welfare. They're chasing after her. They're blowing up her phone. They want to move in with her. This is all about these guys want me. They want me desperately. So much that they want to move in with me. Again, Foodie, if you're going to lie, you got to make it believable. It's all about creating a sense of she's incredibly wanted and desired and chased after, and I guess in her mind that makes her more desirable and more wanted than the average woman. Killer Cat, thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you for the super chat thing. So happy I get to catch this live. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I want you to want me. Old Cheap Trick song. I need you to need me. So she's a wanted, desired creature, our Foodie. I can sing okay, I'm not Celine Dion. Exactly, it's about, she's a very over-the-top person. Everything's got to be exaggerated, over the top, like to the top of the mountain. You know? Bigger, more, faster, more impressive, more expensive. And in a way, I think she does it because she's trying to put off this vibe of being somehow better than everybody else. Because she can't just buy a cheap pair of glasses. They've got to be $500 sunglasses. She can't just buy one fast food meal. She's got to buy 3. It's all about doing more than everybody else. Exactly. So it's just more. You pull the tower. Ooh, yikes. That's not a good card. That's not a good card at all. All right, so we're going to check out Foodie and her men. 40-year-old architect with a Benz. Again, logic. Listen, architects, they're very educated people. Architects are very detail-oriented, organized people. They have to be for their job. So are we actually talking about somebody who their job is attention to detail, down to the last point? And they're going to be attracted to someone who is all about being disorganized and messy and filthy? Does that even make sense? Would someone who is that detailed and educated be able to deal with Foodie? I mean, again, it's all about believability. You got to look at logic. Y'all ready? All right. Let me just shuffle again. I don't think I was concentrating well enough. Let me try it one more time. I'm talking too damn much. The other's need for control. Let me just focus here. I want to know about Foodie and her many men. Hmm. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Swords again. Huh. King of Pentacles. Yeah, before I pull any more cards, I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling. She's got a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Money issues relating to Natter. Like, he's costing her a lot of money. A lot of money. That card again. This one, you guys saw I shuffled the cards. This one again. We're back to this one again. That one came up. Juggling too much. She's talking to people, just not as many people as she's leading us to believe. She's talking to people, but the only one she's really pursuing is Natter. Like, Natter is her main. She's allowed to talk to people, but as far as spending the money on them, she's not spending money on other men. She's spending it on Natter. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Good word. Decoys. They're decoys. Like, she's telling us, I'm meeting this guy, I'm meeting that guy, but it's all a decoy system. Because notice it's not just her seeing one other man. She talks about it's like 4 or 5, right? Or 6 or 7. Decoys. Because the more men that she supposedly sees, the more chances she has to slip away to go see Natter, right? That's why she has more than one, allegedly. Like, if you're looking over here at like this guy, that guy, and the guy next to him, you're not seeing her over here. You're not suspecting that she's spending all of her time with Natter. So when she goes to Montreal, she's not seeing other men. She's seeing Natter. And she's just using the other men as a decoy, as excuses to slip away. Yeah, so all of these men are in Montreal. That doesn't sound funny to everybody, that every single man is in Montreal, the same location he's at. Why aren't some of them in Gatineau or Quebec or somewhere else? Why is it always in the city that he's in? Again, it's all like they're all in Montreal. So if she goes to Montreal, nobody's suspecting that she's going to slip away and see Natter. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Just creating diversions. I know this is going to sound really weird. Something to do, for some reason, I'm getting a sense about Roman when I look at this. For some reason, she keeps gravitating towards Roman. I'm not saying she's romantically or sexually involved. For some reason, she's keeping him close. I'm getting a sense that she's bringing him in close for some reason. Like he was pushed out for a while for some reason, and then for some reason she's bringing him back in. I heard they did a panel together, but she's talking to him behind the scenes for some reason. Like I just keep something. He's doing something for Foodie. Behind the scenes, he's doing something for Foodie. I don't know what it is, but he's actively doing something for Foodie. That's why she's keeping him close. Maybe she's promising him something. But it looks like, from what my cards are telling me, she's talking to one, maybe two other people, but not, she's exaggerating the amount of people she's talking to, but these people that she's talking to, it's all matter. It's all matter. I mean, if there's any money being spent, it's on Natter. And it would make sense because if Natter has access to Chantal's money, do you think he's going to let her share it with other men? Do you think he's going to actually let her spend that on other men? He's going to manipulate that money out of her pocket before that happens. You know? I think that Roman, he's staying close to Foodie because maybe he feels that she can help him in some way, and she knows that. So she might be trying to make Roman into her puppet, like tempting him with something, promising him something, giving him something. You know, she's baiting the hook, and he's halfway biting already. Yeah, you know, I heard that a part of that clip where she was talking to somebody in French. You have to look at it from a logical point of view. Why would Foodie talk in French to somebody on a live stream? She could easily talk in English where we could all understand, but she talked in French like she was hiding something. Maybe she was trying to throw everybody off the scent of it's Roman. So she wanted him there. He was part of the live stream, but trying to make it sound like it was somebody different by talking to him in another language. And I listened to the voice. It did sound like Roman to me. She translated. My French is not very good. I don't know French. I will leave that to those who know how to speak it. But why speak in French in a live stream where predominantly your audience knows English? What's the point in that? Unless you were trying to hide something. So why do that to your audience? You're saying things, the audience can't follow what you're saying, but yet you're trying to give the appearance that you're talking to somebody. Why? What for? And my incense stick just went out. So she thought she was being slick speaking in French. Never seen French before. From what though? The tapes. You know what? Purple Glitter. Foodie is a master of distraction, distraction, deflection, distraction, deflection, distraction. I've noticed a pattern with Foodie. When she gets in trouble, when she does things to make people angry, she will create a deflection or a distraction at some point. Example, when everybody was angry about the litter boxes not being changed for 3 months, because that was revealed, something else happened directly behind that everybody was angry about this issue, and then they were angry about another issue. She does it on purpose because if you're angry at the new issue, eventually you'll forget about the old issue. You know, like she'll just like deflect to where you can't remember what you were mad at to begin with. So like if y'all are mad about one thing over here, she'll create something over here, put your attention over here to where you forget about what's over here. So make the audience angry, create a diversion, keep everybody focused on the diversion for a certain period of time, and then once you feel they're focused on that, then they'll forget about the first issue. Right, baiting and switching. And she's very, very good at it. Very good. Too good. So y'all want to move on to Miss Dee Dee? Let's see what the cards have to say about Miss Dee Dee. Dee Dee's turn. Dee Dee gets a turn. We got you covered, Dee Dee. All right. What do the cards say about Dee Dee? Because I'm interested to say what they say about Dee Dee too. I watched all of the Sam's Bar Lounge videos, and I've got my own individual thoughts about them. Because there were things about them that I noticed that made me like raise an eyebrow. Maybe look at them twice. Hey, Popper Lives. Sorry. Popper Lives. All right. All right. Well, thank you, Vicki. You know, as far as Foodie, if you paid, I study people's behavior. I'm not a psychologist, but we're human, and often we as people, we develop patterns of behavior and living and all that stuff. And if you pick up on a person's patterns, then they're easier to figure out. And Foodie, she's a creature of habit. If you pick up on her patterns, you can pretty much figure her out. You know, Andy's Nails and Tarot. Sam did. Well, like I said, I watched the videos on Sam's Bar Lounge once, and then I watched them again with a friend of mine. I really took notice of some things that kept looking strange to me. Like something ain't right. And I noticed a few things that if I don't want to see any more videos like the ones I saw, it's too much. But I noticed some things that looked off. So I noticed some things that made me go, I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. And if you guys want me to share my thoughts with you, then I will. That's okay. Okay, and I'm going to be as delicate as I can. I'm not going to be vulgar or gross. But this is just something that I noticed. I don't know if you guys notice it too. I don't know if you want to watch the videos, if it's too upsetting, because it does involve what looks to be a DV situation. I understand not watching it. But the last video that I watched, and this is something that happened in another video. Again, I apologize for anybody who doesn't want to hear about this subject. I'll be as delicate and I'll keep it as short and simple as I can. But it does have to do with BDSM. So for those who are not familiar with that, like when you do that kind of play, there are things called safe words. You can say those words and the person doing those things will either slow down or stop. And I noticed in the video that Dee Dee was doing a lot of narrating, like saying what was going to happen. Like, oh, he struck me in the face. Like he hit her, but then he said, oh, he struck me in the face. That looked a bit strange to me, because if somebody struck me in the face, my first reaction would be, ow, that freaking hurts, bro. Not telling somebody what had just happened. And then when he was allegedly coming at her with a knife, she made a point to say that repeatedly. Are you coming at me with a knife? You coming at me with a knife? It was like she was narrating the whole thing. Another thing that looked weird to me is, this is just something I picked up. So I think, just a theory, I can't prove this. I am not there to talk to him to know for sure, but I think there are a couple of code words that they use. Here's something that this is what I'm thinking. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. I think that the word coward is a trigger word. I think that Natter and Dee Dee, they're both switches, meaning they both can be dom and sub. I think that Natter switches off with Dee Dee. They're both switches. They can be either or. And during that video, during that piece of tape, it's a bit unusual, but usually during a scene, one person is dom, one person is sub, and they stay like that the entire playtime. They just pick a role and they stick with that during the playtime. During that particular piece of video, I just kept picking up that they were going back and forth. You know, like during the front part of the video, she was being kind of the dom, if you will. She was purposely poking at him and using the word coward. I think that's a trigger word for Natter. I think that she wants him to get worked up. And maybe that's a trigger word to get him worked up. Problem is, she said it too much. And he went overboard. He went overboard with her. She wanted to get him worked up for whatever purpose. He got too worked up. He lost his temper. And then she used the word daddy. I think the word daddy is not meaning her father. I think that's her name for him. But then when she said the word father, everything stopped. I think father might be the stop word, because as soon as she said it, he stopped. And he got a different look in his eye like, oh shit, I've gone too far. But it absolutely cut off. He didn't keep going with her. He stopped. Yeah, she was in control of him. So I think because they are both switches and they're not trained, there's no clear boundaries. They're both inexperienced with the life, and there's no clear stopping point or starting point. And sometimes things go too far, you know, rather than it be clear boundaries of start here, stop here. So I did notice that, you know, like in 2 of the videos, she said the word father and things. After she said the word father, I saw a point where she tried to kind of get it wound up again. And he was like, nope, no, sit down, sit down. That was his way of saying, we're done here. You said the word father, we're done here. Father is the code word. That's my thoughts. I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, but that's just what I picked up. That's how it looked to me. But I think they are both switching off during that moment. They were just kept back and forth, switch off, switch off. That's why one person has one role during the scene, another person has the other role. You don't switch off in the middle of it. And since there was whoever it was that was on the phone watching, listening, I don't know if they were adding to the scene, if they were directing them both, if that was their fantasy and they were just both playing it out. I don't know, but there was a third person watching, at least, perhaps giving some narration of their own, perhaps giving some dialogue to keep it going, encouragement, whatever. So there's that part too. Like the person who was on the phone, what part did they play in that? What part did they play? During a season, isn't it common to have a director, so to speak? Actually, Purple, in that kind of play, the sub is always in control because the Dom is not going to do anything that the sub does not want done. If it's a real Dom, they're not going to push you beyond your limits. If there's a lot of talk that happens beforehand so that whatever happens will be within your consent. You know, they think the Dom is in control. No, the sub is in control. The Dom's only job is to provide a safe, secure space for the sub to enjoy themselves in. That's it. That's it. That's it. Exactly. Calls the shots. And if you are a sub to a Dom and you don't like what's going on, you feel uncomfortable, you can say so. Play stops immediately. Immediately. No questions asked. No punishments, no nothing. They just like, okay, that's it. you weren't allowed a safe word, then you didn't have a real dom. Shame on them. Hello, Claudia. Thank you for the super sticker. Call Mike. Hello, Amanda. You just got engaged? Well, you're right, Amanda. Consent is rule number 1. So the dom does what the sub wants? Absolutely. Congratulations, everybody. Hearts in the chat for Amanda. She just got engaged. What a wonderful thing. Congratulations, darling. I hope that you have a wonderful relationship with your husband-to-be. Hearts in the chat for our lovely Amanda. Thank you all for putting the hearts there for Miss Amanda. Congrats, Amanda. You know what? Sometimes a dom might test your limits a little bit, but if you're a sub, you say, this is a hard limit. Hard limits mean no negotiations here, no pushing it, that's it. But before a dom does anything with you, they will have very long, detailed discussions about what you like, what you don't like, why don't you like it, toys, scenarios, health problems. They want to know everything they can know about you to know how to do things with you, and you will enjoy it, and there'll be no physical harm or pain. Do you remember when Foodie gave herself the safe word paper clips when there's a link there? You know what? That pisses me off. Can I just say that? That freaking pisses me off. The fact that she had the nerve to, the safe word thing, she's making a mockery of the lifestyle. Same thing with buying her own collar. And once I called her out on wearing a bought day collar, she took it off. And she hasn't worn it since. Hi, Jay. You don't buy your own day collar. A dom gives that to you. You don't buy one and say, oh, I'm a sub now. No, you don't. How Booger likes the Northeast. She likes it. Yeah, Foodie really would. She would. To anybody in the chat that might be getting upset or you don't like the BDSM talk, I apologize, but people are curious and I'm here to answer questions. I'm trying to be as delicate as I can. I don't want to be vulgar or gross. There's no need to be gross about it. All right, so we were going to talk about Miss Dee Dee. What's going on with Dee Dee? I'm trying to be very respectful. Yeah, she made a big joke out of the whole thing. All right, so we're going to focus on Miss Dee Dee because I'm curious of what the cards say with Dee Dee. What do the cards say with Dee Dee? I want to know. I'm nosy. Let me just focus for a minute on Dee Dee. All right. Wow. All these swords. All these swords that keep coming up. Conflict. Inner and outer conflict. That's interesting. So this was the first card for Dee Dee, right? Three of Swords. And then you have this card on top. Dee Dee's conflicted. I think that Natter is behind the scenes. He's making a lot of promises to Dee Dee. I think Natter he's very good about knowing what women want, about what they want to hear. And he's telling Chantal what she wants to hear to get stuff out of her. But he's also telling Dee Dee what she wants to hear. And he's behind the scenes telling Dee Dee that they're in a relationship, that he's never going to leave her, they're going to have a good life together, blah, blah, blah. And that's why she's putting up with everything she's putting up with Natter. She's not completely happy in that situation, but I think she's under the impression that at some point there's going to be some sort of payoff of some sort, financial or otherwise, that she's putting up with this stuff, and she's saying at some point, there's going to be some kind of a harvest, if you will. Like he's making all kinds of promises to her. If you stick it out with me, we're going to make lots of money. I'm going to stick with you. You're my girl. Yada yada yada. So he's putting, those fancy flowers in her head, and she honestly believes that he's not going to leave her for anybody else. He's not going anywhere else. Oh, the card of conflict. This was this way. This would be normally a positive card, but it's this way, which kind of backs up what I just said. He's using that whole love thing and affection thing to hold. Basically, he's using her emotions and her want of love and belonging to shackle her to him. Same thing with Chantal. He knows that she's a weak woman and she wants to belong to somebody. She wants someone to claim her. So he used the power of love. It could be a good thing or a negative thing, and he's using it for negative purpose for both women. He's using it to manipulate them. Hi, Michelle. Exactly. He is circumventing their will by offering the false promise of love somewhere. If you stick it out with me, you put up with my crap, there's going to be a payoff at some point. I'll end up in a relationship with you. There's going to be some money, something. He knows what to say. He knows how to manipulate people. He knows how to talk to people. He knows what they want. So, Chariot. Let me just lay out the rest of the cards. And he's love bombing them. Ooh. Interesting. Let's see. I'm getting when I look at this card, I get the sense that You know, like this whole experience for Dee Dee, the being on YouTube, people coming after her and saying hateful things, and the negative energy that she's experiencing with Natter, she's never dealt with that before, not to this level. This is all new to her. And she's not been unscathed by it. She's on the defense. And she's on the defense because she thinks that if she holds out, like, you know, that harvest is going to bear fruit. That all of her patience and all of her just trying to be patient with Natter and do the YouTube thing, that again, there's gonna be some kind of payoff. She thinks she's defending something and someone that in the end will take care of her. You know, so I'm gonna stand by my man, I'm never gonna go anywhere. That's because she's expecting something in return later. That if there are any spoils to be had, that he will share them with her. Oh, Lord. And she's taking care of him and depleting some of her resources and her time and her energy for this guy, you know, like getting from a pool and pouring over here, you know, like it's taking a lot out of her. She's depleting herself. She's depleting herself. But she's doing it because he keeps feeding her BS and saying, oh, just hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Now he's feeding her the lines. He's feeding her some big time lines. He keeps feeding her lies about, oh, you're my girl, yada, yada, yada. But here's what's interesting. Let me see here. Yeah, he's telling her that at some point there's going to be some kind of a big payoff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's promising her. But this is why she's hanging in there, guys. I don't think it's for the love. I think she thinks that if she hangs in there long enough, that there's going to be something in it for her. Hey, Sachi. So he's got them both locked. He's got them both locked. Dee Dee's family. If he goes to jail and she's alone, right? But you know what? Natter is that type that he's going to hang on to both of them as much as he can, up until like the last minute. He's not going to be merciful and let them both go. He's going to be like, if I can keep them around for whatever, I will. So y'all want to know about Dee Dee's family and how they feel? Let's see. All right. How do Dee Dee's family feel about Natter? He's going to jail. If you want my honest opinion about her channel, honestly, I think that Dee Dee's channel is a backup in case something happens to his. I think that's why her channel was started. She said she didn't want a YouTube channel. She didn't want to do YouTube. So why would she make a channel? Hey, you, Mr. Hold on a minute. That's it. I got the bot. I got him. I hate those bots coming through. Rude. Hey, Patty. Hey, Miss Patty. All right, so Dee Dee's family. But I honestly think the Dee Dee channel was made as a backup in case his channel goes down. She didn't want to do YouTube. She said that. So it's just a backup. I'm doing good, Patty. I'm sitting here doing card readings today and also just saying hi to everybody since I haven't done a live chat in a while. I couldn't do one before my move. You know that. And I promised everybody that I'd be online today. A couples channel. What's on her channel so far? Somewhat. The last time I checked, not much. Not much. But I think it was just a backup channel for Natters. Her brother can't stand him and she can't blow off the bruises with him. She wears special makeup and body makeup to hide it all. Can I say something about that on that regard? How many of you have been watching Foodie for a long time? For at least the past year? How many people in here have been watching Foodie for at least a year, maybe 2 years? Long-time watchers. Do y'all remember those live streams in the beginning when she started talking to Natter and she would come home and she would have bruises all around here and on her arms and she was so proud of them? She actually showed them off. Do y'all remember those? I don't mean to put things in y'all's faces that maybe you don't want to know. But I will say this as far as that. In my honest opinion, honest feeling here, you can take it as you like. I think that Foodie is into things being rough. It's just that whatever her kink is, she has a tendency that when she's feeling in the right mood, she will flip the script on it. Like 1 minute she's okay with it, but if she doesn't like you or you get on her nerves, she will flip the script and say it's abusive. Because in the beginning, she was coming home and she had the bruises and she was bragging about them. She was very proud of herself. And then all of a sudden it became abusive when she got mad at him. So if I like you and I'm cool with you, then it's not abusive. I'm enjoying whatever it is we did. But if I have a YouTube channel and you get on my nerves, I'm going to punish you by telling everybody you're an abusive person. And there's nothing wrong if you like that. That's your kink. But this is just me talking. I don't think that stuff should have been brought on YouTube in the first place. Honest opinion, honest feeling here. Here's what I think. I've been thinking this for a while. I'm going to share it with you guys. Here's what I think. I think Natter and Chantal, they engaged in some sort of play. And then they decided, for the sake of profit, they were going to take that normally private stuff and put it on YouTube to make money. Put it on a public platform in front of people. And because they didn't explain to the audience what they were doing or why they were doing it, the normal public not involved in those activities would look at it differently, and they would make money. But they decided to take scene play and put it on YouTube where it did not belong, in front of people that could not fully consent to what they were seeing, and they did it for the sake of both of them making money. And it's not right. There's a reason why that stuff is done in private, away from the public. Because in private situations like that, all parties, even spectators, should be given the right to consent and be part of it or not. But if you put it on a public platform and from the unsuspecting public, they're watching and they're not able to give consent. Oh, Mr. Petty is saying hi. Hi, Mr. Petty. So, I mean, I don't approve of all of the things that are being shown on Foodie's channel, Natter's channel, being put in front of the normal public. That's a whole different lifestyle that should be participated in by choice and by consent. Nobody should be subjected to something they're not consenting to, even just watching it. It's not fair. Hello, Miss Pasta. Hello, my love. Love your channel, but you give them too much credit. They are messy degenerates. You know what, Miss Pasta? I agree with you. I agree with you. They are messy degenerates, but they're greedy, manipulative, money-oriented degenerates. Foodie's entire income is YouTube. And who is she supporting? Natter. So they're all in cahoots together. So whatever they can do to make the money, that's what they'll do. They don't have any other income besides YouTube. So they're always like thinking, what can we do to get those views, get those subs, get those membership signups? I mean, look at Amberlynn Reed. She's not the smartest, box of rocks, but she's made over $1 million because she knows how to emotionally manipulate people. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to be manipulative and to con people. You just got to know how to do it, and she does. She does. She even said in a live stream, I'm not as stupid as you guys think. Remember that? When she said that? I'm not as stupid as you guys think. When it comes to money, she's not stupid. She's figured out the whole game. I don't think either of them are mentally stable enough to play at BDSM. The thing is, they're play acting at it. They don't care to really learn about it. They're both just fakes. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's talk Miss Dee Dee, shall we? Let's talk about Miss Dee Dee. No, did I do one on Dee Dee? I think I did. So, oh right, you guys wanted one on Dee Dee's family. That's right. Sorry, my mind is getting sidetracked. The fam. They want to know about the fam. Oops. Interesting. Very interesting. First card I pulled up. Pentacles usually have to do with money or material possessions, followed by the Star card again. So I got to look at the rest of the reading. I don't want to say anything too soon. All right. Damn. She's fighting with her family. I think because Natter is telling her a bunch of bullshit about, oh, we're going to make a lot of money and this is going to pay off at some point. That's what she's telling the family. There's also a sense that she might be going to the family for something money related. Maybe making them promises. She's fighting with the family. There's a lot of conflict there. It's a lot of conflict. It's the last reading I did on Dee Dee, I showed that too. There's a lot of conflict going on there. And I think that happened, her, and this is leading to that. Her just trying to keep the peace with the family. Like there are some big promises that are being tossed around, a lot of big words. And somebody in her family has money. Somebody in her family has money. I don't know how many brothers she has, but there is definitely a male figure. He's about the same age as Dee Dee. That is close to her. A voice of reason. But there's a lot of family conflict. A lot of conflict there. But there's the talk of money with the family has come up. Promises made. I'm getting a sense that she owes the family money. Maybe she borrowed some money or something from them. There's definitely some fighting. You know, on one side, she's trying to keep Natter happy. On the other side, she's trying to balance out the conflict with the family. And it's wearing her down, trying to keep the peace. Definitely trying to keep, it's wearing her out just to keep everybody from fighting. So let's see, should we do a reading about Mr. Pete's? What's going on with him? I gotta make sure my cards are all one side up. They're kind of like backwards. They're all like jumbled up. I don't know how they got that way. Yeah, I'm sure Natter he's draining her. But he's keeping her going because he keeps telling her, look, like he's making big promises to her. I'm telling you, there's a reason why she's in it, and it's not completely, she's not madly in love with Natter. I think she likes him, but it's mainly because he's telling her stuff. He's telling her stuff, and she just keeps thinking in the back of her head, I just got to hang in there, and this will all pay off for me at some point. She's believing his bullshit. She's buying it for now. But something with the family, there's some kind of money issue. Lots of money. Lots and lots of money. And it's causing conflict. It's causing a lot of conflict. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Juliana. Yeah, if you guys want to hit the like button, and for those that are new here, if you want to like and subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. Who's eating at that darn restaurant? Hopefully nobody, Petty, because if you eat that food, you'll get sick. Hi, and welcome to the Raw and Burnt restaurant. May I take your order? No thanks. Raw with a side of burnt and scorched on the side. They won't be back. If they have a restaurant, they better have a really big restroom for people to run into and throw up after they're done. Maybe now they're promised her a percentage if she's got more. Oh, women. I don't know what he's telling her, but he's making some promises to her, like big time. And that there's a reason why she's sticking around. She's not like head over heels in love with Natter. She's in it to win it for something, some kind of payoff of some kind. I don't think it's all emotional. There's money. It's something to do with money. So should we do one more on Mr. Pete's? What? Foodie legit said she's prettier than 90% of the people on YouTube. Oh, really? Is that so? Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Thank you, Juliana. Beauty is subjective to the person that's looking at whatever it is they find beautiful or ugly. We are all attracted to different things for different reasons. Oh, nice, Erie. Very nice. Erie, I would like to talk to you later about someone. I'm sure you know who I'm thinking of. Any thoughts you might have on that? Any feelings you have on that? If you could do a little digging on that for me. You are, or the person I'm talking about is? I'm hoping you both do. I hope you're both feeling zen. I want everybody to feel very zen. Oh, well, I hope that's a good thing. All right, so how about like one more reading on Mr. Pete's? You guys interested? Does that interest you? One on Mr. Pepperoni Pete's himself? All right. The brony himself. Because we didn't want on Dee, Pete's, Foodie, Natter. With that, Petty, you ain't right. You're out of pocket. Why would you do that to your poor Mr. Petty? How dare you? Rude. You're not right, Petty. How can you, listen, how can you sit there, Petty, and complain about that photo and then turn around and show it to Mr. Petty? What's wrong with you? Put yourself in the corner for that one. Y'all know, I hate that rule. Who came up with that rule? Who came up with the rule? If I have to see it, so do you. Who came up with that shit? I want to have a word with that person. Who came up with that? I don't like that rule. We don't have to abide by that rule, you know. Y'all ain't right. I don't approve. I don't think Yalvin came up with it. That ain't right though. Can we have an addendum to that rule? If I have to see it, you have to see it too, unless it's really gross. If it's too much, can we not use that rule? Can we kind of like opt out of that rule? There's no exceptions? There has to be an exception. There has to. I don't want to be unnecessarily tortured for no reason. What photo? A photo that's going around on Twitter of Foodie bending over in a dress, and I don't think she was wearing underwear. It's being spread around on Twitter. You evil Twitter people, how dare you? That's not fair. That ain't right. Y'all suck for that. I don't like it. I think it's wrong. I don't know why you guys would do that to me. What did I ever do to you? I work so hard to give you ambiance videos and you show me that? Really? Sit here and spend 3 hours on a video with rain and landscape and you show me that? Rude. Foodie wearing a G-string. Oh, I don't want to picture that. Ugh. I'm going to use some bleach for my brain afterwards. Ugh. The word foodie beauty and G-string should never go together in the same sentence. Never mind the same picture. My mind ain't going there. You can't make me. Ooh. Ew. I can't. I need some gum. Hi there. I've been wrongfully blaming Gary. It was Gary's fault. I love you, Erie, but you're wrong sometimes. But you are part of the unfiltered squad. Yes, you are. But you don't have to be that unfiltered bitch. You're wrong for that. You don't have to be that unfiltered. Oh, stop. I saw that picture and it looked like Foodie was wearing dirty dental floss. Like she had plaque upside her crack. She had butt plaque. I'm sorry, was that too much? Hey, I'm just being honest. You're getting paneer? Why? Easy to spot. I'm done. Stop. I don't want to think of the smell. Ew. I'd rather not. Eerie, no. Stop. Y'all some gross ass people. Cut it out, Eerie. I'm trying to do a reading, bitch. I'm trying to shuffle. It's not working very fucking well. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm trying to focus on Pete's, and I just keep getting pictures of Foodie bent over with the dirty dental floss and the butt plaque, and see what y'all did. Unacceptable. To the corner with all of you. You're out of pocket. I am going to focus. All right, we're going to focus on Mr. Pete's. I'm ignoring all of you rude people in the chat talking about that shit. Okay? I'm ignoring you. All right, we're ready. We're ready. Huh. Oh my. All right, interesting. Interesting card for Pete's. See, here's the first card for Pete's. He's thinking of different things, productive things. But whatever he's thinking about, whatever he's trying to do, it's either not been very productive or it's not going to bear much fruit, not as much as he would like. And I think the reason for that is just he doesn't get beyond the thinking part of it. Like it stays up here, but he doesn't bring it outside his head. You know, he thinks of ideas and things he can do, but it just stays an idea. He's not confident enough to put it in action. So the seed starts to sprout, but it doesn't get beyond that. So he has all these creative ideas, but this is what's stopping him. There's too much too many heavy things weighing him down. Right. So, you know, like it's not like he's not thinking about things he wants to do. It's just that he thinks about it, but he doesn't have the confidence or the skills or the know-how to take it beyond the thinking process. So it's just, you know, thoughts flying through your mind, but it doesn't go anywhere because it starts off in this place, but then you get these negative thoughts and feelings that just kind of like kill them off. And it's just like, nope, nope, you're not going to do anything new. So he's pinning himself down. This is the card that's the Chariot card. It was this way. The Chariot could signify wanting to go on a new journey, thoughts of traveling, maybe traveling, depending on where it's placed. It's this way, which means he's essentially trapped. You know, like there's the good side of it. I'm sure he's thinking about, oh, the benefits of getting away from Foodie. But then you got the other side, the conflict of, if I get away from her, what do I do? So where this would be a good card if it were placed this way, it's this way. So where he could be traveling, exploring, doing things for himself, he feels stuck. He feels absolutely stuck. Meanwhile, Foodie is the one who's in the position of power. You know, she's the one that holds the sword. She's got the strength. She's also got the money, even more power over him. Inner and outer conflict. And he's hoping at some point that this will be him. But really, he's not really hopeful. And just like with Foodie, he feels stuck. But just like Foodie, he knows what to do. Foodie's a little different though. Emotionally, psychologically, he feels stuck. He feels stuck to her because he doesn't know. He knows what to do. He just doesn't have the inner confidence to do it. He feels very safe inside that bubble that she created for him, and he's scared to get out of it because he doesn't know what's outside of that bubble. He doesn't know what comes next. He doesn't have anybody to assist him to get out of it, to see something different. There are people around him there are two people, and I've seen these people before in his readings. These two same cards. There's a Page of Swords, and then you've got the Queen of Wands. So there's a woman and a man. This one is about close to his age. This one's slightly older than him, more of a motherly type. They are there if he needs help. It's just that he hasn't reached out yet. But he's thinking, he's having those thoughts of what's beyond Foodie. Like, what else is out there? What can I do? Right now, they're just thoughts. But the thoughts are there. It's just that emotionally, he just feels stuck. And he doesn't have anybody around him to get him unstuck. But if he got unstuck, there might be a chance that he could do things for himself. So right now he's feeling he's feeling conflicted. You know, he feels safe with Foodie to a certain degree. But you know, he's feeling safe but conflicted. He wants to get out and do things, but yet he doesn't know how. There's no one that'll help him find something different, so he just stays where he is because that's the safest option. Yeah, she does have him hooked. So that's where Pete's is at. That's where Pete's is at. He went all in with Foodie, and she set the honey trap. He fell into it, and now he's kind of stuck with her. He can get out of it if he wanted to, but he feels too safe. And I'm getting the feeling from him that feeling safe is very important to him. He's not one that he likes to, he likes change. He welcomes change. Change terrifies him. Change absolutely terrifies him. Yeah, it's for him to make a serious change, it's going to be a lot of work. And he's too needy in his own way. He's too emotionally dependent on Foodie. She's got him conditioned to need her. So if she's not there, who else is there for him? There's an older lady that gives him lots of money and super chats, and he told Chantal that he doesn't like her. Well, I don't know if that would be a helpful person to him, but there is definitely a woman and a man that perhaps he can go to for assistance if he ever wanted to break away from Foodie. He's got to make that clean break. He can't just half in, half out. With Foodie, there is no half in, half out. Either you're all the way out or you're all the way in. You can't straddle the fence. He really likes doing the cooking videos. He's learning to enjoy it. You know, this is how I feel about Pete. For the way he's treated the cats, especially BBJ, I think he's a dick. I will always think he's a dick for that. And if I ever saw him treating BBJ the way that he treated her in front of me, we'd be getting into a huge fist fight. Because I wouldn't allow that. We'd be getting into a huge fight. For that, I think he's a dick. On the human side, though, on the human side of me, I understand him being an introvert. I used to be very, 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 very introverted myself to the point where I lived alone and I was so into my shell from lack of confidence and just past abuse. I didn't want to go anywhere. I had a store right across the street from my house. I didn't want to go to it because I had to cross the street. That's how bad it was. And it took many years to get over that. I had to force myself to get out of my shell and expose myself to the world. And if somebody did that with him, exposure therapy, if they said, hey, Pete, let's go do this. Hey, Pete, let's go do that. Let him know the world is not so scary. He would be a much happier person. I mean, in the brief moments we've seen Pete go out, he was happy. He was happy to go out with Chantal. He wants to get out of that bedroom. He just doesn't know how. He wants to go out. He wants to do things. He just doesn't want to do it by himself, at least not in the beginning. He needs someone there to kind of take his hand and lead him back into the world and make him a part of it. I've known my roommate for a while. He's a wonderful person. And we do not have any kind of close sexual relationship. We're just good friends. And Pete's when you take, notice whenever Pete goes out, he's much happier. He brightens up for a minute. Now imagine how Pete would feel if you did that for a week. Hey, Pete, let's go have a picnic. Let's go to the market. Imagine what he'd be like after a month or 2 months of that, how much different he'd be. He would get out of the house more. He would do more. He would maybe have some friends. That shows me that he's not really introverted, like he's dead set on it. That tells me that he wants to go out. He feels socially awkward, maybe not emotionally courageous. He's got no confidence, no self-esteem. But if you take him out, he starts to feel better, and then he wants to be part of stuff. It will be a real process, you're right. But it could be done. You know, Foodie has talked about getting rid of Pete. If she wanted to separate herself away from him, the right way to do it, if she's going to do it, is to help him be more independent. Hey, Pete, let's cook something so you know how to cook. Take him to places. Get him used to being in social settings. Maybe introduce him to some people so he has some more friends. Help him to be more independent. That way, he wouldn't feel so terrified of the idea of losing her if you give him something else to latch onto. You know, the more that a person knows how to do, the more confident they feel, the better they feel about themselves, and the more they don't want to just cling to one person or one thing like a security blanket. They don't need that security blanket after a while. Does anyone know if Pete can drive? I've heard from Foodie that he knows how to drive. He just doesn't know how to, he doesn't want to do it because it makes him nervous. I have social anxiety myself, and introverted. Also, what helped me is voluntary work. Yeah, like you're exposing yourself to situations little by little to get over that feeling of being uncomfortable and afraid. And then on its own, it starts to reverse itself. So we got all of the major players in Foodie's game. Anybody else we want to do a reading on? You know what would be good for him? If he found a job where he could be around people, like say at a comic book store or something nerd related. He can talk that nerd talk and be exposed to people and have conversations and make money. I think a job at a comic book store would be right up his alley. He's into that stuff. He'd be able to talk to other like-minded people. He might make some friends. It would be good for him. He would be around people who are like-minded. Yeah, and he worked before. And then Foodie said, hey, quit your job and be on YouTube with me. And look what happened. Going out of your comfort zone. Exactly. It's just little by little. Little by little. Yeah, she has. Can I suggest something to you, Emmy, that also helped me a lot as an introvert? I got into photography. Photography is fantastic because it's a great hobby. And photography, when you do photography, when you take a picture, you're focusing on the details that matter and blurring out the parts that don't. And you kind of take that and you put that to life as well. Just getting like an ordinary camera, could be a camera phone, could be a regular camera, and just taking pictures. And you focus in on what you want to focus on, and you learn to zero in on it, and you're blurring out what's not important for the photo. Kind of gives you a different perspective on life. Customer service job where you have to interact with people. Yeah, because you got to talk to people all day. Whether you like it or not, you got to talk to them. So you have to get out of your shell with that. Natter's family, I don't know enough about them to do a reading. I think he worked at he did marketing or something on the phone. He worked at a call center, if I'm not mistaken. Something to that degree. Career reading. She doesn't have a career. You know what though, because he's so introverted, because he's so easily aggravated, customer service work is hard. You gotta have a lot of patience with it. And he's very awkward around people. He doesn't know how to calm people down. So that's kind of a bad job for him. He doesn't know how to deal with irate customers and kind of turn the situation in his favor. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes customer service jobs suck. Because sometimes the customer is not always right. And they take advantage of the fact that you're on the phone or in front of them and you cannot tell them what you're really thinking. They take advantage of the fact that you got to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, it would be a bad idea. You know where Pete would be really good? Either like in a comic book store or at a job where he had no contact with people. No talking on the phone, nothing. Just leave him alone to do his thing. All right, guys, I think we covered everybody. This reading's gone for almost 2.5 hours. I think that's enough. But I want to come on here and touch base with everybody because I made a promise. I did promise you guys that I would be here and tell you about my little trip from Cali to Washington. And it was a great trip. And now I'm home. And I'm happy to be here, and you guys are gonna have a lot of positive content to look forward to. I got a lot of plans, gaming content, outside vlogs, the whole nine. And I'm so excited to be bringing that to you guys. I don't know when I'll start doing the vlogs and stuff, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Washington is beautiful. There's so much to see, and I want to share it with everybody. Bring the good vibes. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I hope everybody has a most pleasant Sunday evening, afternoon. Much love to everyone that's come in here. Remember to take care of yourselves. Always make time for yourself, whatever the F is going on YouTube. If you need to step away from it and take care of yourself, do it. Don't be afraid to step away because whatever's on YouTube will be on YouTube when you get back. Don't get so sucked in that it starts to affect you negatively. If it does, step away, walk outside, take a walk, take care of yourself first. Okay? Take care of your mental and emotional health. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go see if my roommate is home, and we're going to have a little conversation. So thank you guys for dropping by, and I will see you later. Bye.